Joe, I'm curious, what are your top 5 anime of all time?
My top 5. Let me think about it for a sec.
You should make a profile on my anime list. I bet people would like to know your extended list.
Is that a streaming service?
Oh my God, Joe, no, it's just a website to rank your favorite anime.
Oh, okay, I'll ask Jill to set it up later.
We're getting distracted. Top 5 anime, Joe, let's go.
All right. Number 5, probably gonna go with Haikyuu.
The fucking volleyball anime, Jesus Christ. Joe, that's your number 5?
Trump, calm down. You asked him for his list. Don't be so judgmental. Haikyuu is good, but I would probably have it in my top 25.
Who's your favorite character? And don't you dare say Oikawa.
It's obviously Oikawa. He's sexy and deserved to beat Carson. Stupid plot armor.
You really test me some days? Sleepy Joe.
Okay, number 4. I'm gonna go with Boruto.
Obama, he's trolling. There's no way he's being serious right now.
Joe, are you being for real right now?
Why? The show was garbage until Sasuke started fighting dinosaurs, and now that shit is straight gas.
I don't think I want to know the other 3.
You bitch, you asked for this. Number 3 is My Hero Academia.
MHA isn't too bad. Pretty straightforward shonen, but I see the appeal.
This is the most fucked up normie list I've ever seen. Let me guess. Next you're going to say Demon Slayer.
I never watched Demon Slayer because I thought the animation looked like shit.
Joe, what footage did you look at? Demon Slayer had one of the highest budgets per episode for their animation. It's gorgeous.
Joe, your taste is putrid.
Yeah, fuck you, Donnie. Number 2, Chainsaw Man.
Bandwagoner, normie, cloud-chasing idiot.
Donald, we all got into CSM this year. It's okay. Makama is our collective waifu. You saw this coming?
No, I said she was my waifu. I never agreed to share her.
Well, you don't get to keep her all to yourself. Trumpsky number 1, Attack on Titan.
Holy shit, this was the stupidest and most predictable list I've ever heard. Everyone's favorite anime is AOT.
AOT is popular for a reason, Donald. Joe really enjoyed the second season for some reason. I remember him rambling about it a while back.
Yeah, I don't care about this rumbling stuff. I just like Levi. He's my favorite guy.
You would like it for the stupidest reason, but your simplicity makes me feel better about myself, so thank you, Sleepy Joe.
You're welcome. What are your guys' top 5?
Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan.
So predictable, Obama. Prepare for the true top 5. Attack on Titan, Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Code Geass, and Gurren Lagann.
Donnie, you're a real mecha slut. You know that.
Donald, you have a clear mecha bias.
It's not my fault that Mech has the best plots. You know I'm building my own giant robot to take your job, Joe.
Just try it and see what happens. Donnie boy, you don't want another ill.
You guys should watch Berserk next. It's really good.
Stop trying to get us to watch that fucked up show, Barry. Hey guys, have you watched Attack on Tit?
What the fuck? Which language is that, Donald?
Yeah, we don't want to hear any offensive language here.
My apologies, guys. I meant Attack on Titan.
Yes, I've watched it. It's quite intense, and the storyline is very gripping.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot about it. What's it about?
It's about humanity's struggle to survive against these giant humanoid creatures known as Titans, who eat humans for no reason.
The show explores some pretty heavy themes like mortality, sacrifice, and the consequences of war. It's not for the faint of heart.
That sounds intense, but it also sounds like the kind of show that could make you think deeply about life and humanity.
Absolutely. And the action scenes are top-notch, too. The animation is just incredible.
I agree. The attention to detail in the animation is what sets it apart from other shows. Did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
I prefer subbed versions. Dubbed versions often lose the essence of the anime.
I disagree. Dubbed versions are more accessible, especially for those who don't understand Japanese.
But the dubbed voices often don't match the characters' emotions. It feels unnatural.
And subbed versions allow us to appreciate the original voice actors' performances.
Okay, I see your point, but some dubbed versions are good too, like Cowboy Beep.
Are you kidding, Donald? Watch your language.
Yeah, please refrain from using inappropriate words.
Sorry, I meant Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop is a classic. It has a great storyline and an amazing soundtrack.
The characters are also so well developed. Spike Spiegel is one of the coolest protagonists in anime.
I disagree. I think L from Death Note is the best protagonist. His intelligence and strategic planning make him stand out.
But he's also a psychopath who kills people for his own gain.
And his ego and superiority complex often hinder his plans.
I see your point, but let's talk about Full Metal Alchemist.
Fuck you, Donald. Watch your language.
Yeah, let's keep it clean and respectful.
Sorry, I meant Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, I love that one. The storyline is so well written and the characters are all so interesting.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. What's it about?
It's set in a world where alchemy is a powerful science. The main characters, Edward and Alphonse, are brothers who use alchemy to try to bring their dead mother back to life. But something goes wrong and Alphonse loses his body while Edward loses his arm and leg. They go on a journey to find the Philosopher's Stone to try and get their bodies back.
Yeah, it's a really interesting take on the concept of alchemy. And the relationships between the characters are so well developed.
That sounds really cool. I'll have to check it out.
What about Naruto? Have you watched it?
Yes, I've watched it. The world building and character development are impressive.
But the series is quite long. It requires a lot of patience and dedication to watch it all.
That's true, but the fight scenes are so epic and memorable.
And the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke is one of the best in anime history.
What about Dragon Boob?
What the fuck, Donald?
Let's try to stick to the actual names of the anime, like Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball is another classic shonen anime. It's what got many of us into anime in the first place.
The fight scenes are so intense and engaging. And Goku and Vegeta's rivalry is legendary.
And who can forget about the iconic Kamehameha move?
Speaking of iconic moves, what about One Piece's Gomu Gomu no Pistol?
One Piece is one of the longest running anime out there. But the story is so compelling and the world building is impressive.
And the diversity of characters is amazing. Each one has their own unique personality and backstory.
And the fight scenes are so creative. Luffy's rubber powers make for some interesting battles.
But what I love most about One Piece is its message of friendship and loyalty. The Straw Hat crew is like a family.
And the emotional moments in the series can really tug at your heartstrings. But let's not forget about some of the newer anime out there like Demon Slayer.
That anime is so popular right now. But what sets it apart is its unique art style and creative fight scenes.
And the emotional moments in the series can really hit you hard.
And the way Demon Slayer incorporates Japanese culture and folklore into the story is so fascinating.
Yeah, I love how they use different breathing techniques to enhance their abilities.
The animation and visuals in Demon Slayer are top-notch. The fight scenes are so fluid and dynamic.
And the character development is so well done. Tanjiro's determination and kindness are really inspiring.
The villains in Demon Slayer are also so interesting. They're not just one-dimensional bad guys. They have their own motives and backstories.
That's right. And the emotional moments in the series can be really intense. I remember crying during certain scenes.
It's amazing how Demon Slayer can make you feel such a range of emotions, from excitement during the fight scenes to sadness during the more emotional moments.
Overall, Demon Slayer is definitely one of the best anime out there right now. I can't wait for the next season to come out.
Same here. The Demon Slayer universe is so vast and interesting. I'm curious to see how they'll expand on it in future seasons.
Have you guys watched Jujutsu Kaisen? It's really good.
Oh, great. Another recommendation from you, Joe?
Jujutsu Kaisen is a prime example of an art form with a lot of depth. The story is so well written and the animation is amazing.
And let's not forget about Gojo. He's one of the most powerful characters in the series.
Oh boy, here we go. Another character that's too overpowered for their own good.
I disagree, Donald. Gojo's power is what makes him such an interesting character. He's not just strong, he's also very smart and strategic.
And his domain expansion is just incredible. The way he controls space and nullifies attacks is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, I get it. He's the best thing since sliced bread. But I still think it's a bit ridiculous how powerful he is.
Well, that's just the nature of shonen anime, Donald. It's all about the power scaling and seeing characters become stronger over time.
And Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job of balancing the power levels between characters. Even though Gojo is very strong, he's not unbeatable.
I guess that's true. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos. Also share with your friends and family. This is why Long Ring Long Land is the best arc in all of One Piece, no cap.
Despite that, it is still considered to be in the C tier.
Screw you, Obama.
Quit complaining. It's better than it deserves, and you know it. You're illiterate.
Your mom's illiterate.
Gentlemen, please, we're all Naima here.
Foxy for Straw Hat.
Now, I know this is still fresh for all of us, but we have to decide where to rank the Wanakuni arc.
This won't take long. The Wanakuni arc is undoubtedly Oda's best work, deserving of an S-tier ranking.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe this crap.
How could you possibly disagree?
I agree that it is exceptional. The middle section of the arc is highly overrated, considering it took 4 years to defeat a fish, which is longer than my entire presidency.
It was only half the length of mine.
Yeah, Donald, this seems like a you issue.
In fact, Kaido was not just an ordinary fish, he resembled a dragon-like creature.
You don't even know what he is. Maybe if Oda didn't rush his flashback, we wouldn't have this problem.
I concur that Oda could have allocated more time to developing Kaido, but by then, the Wanakuni arc had already been prolonged.
I think he got plenty of time.
Did you even read the arc, Sleepy Joe? Falling asleep next to a volume of manga doesn't count as reading.
Like you can read. You were anime only up until last year.
That's because I appreciate voice acting and seeing things in color, unlike you. I didn't grow up watching things in black and white.
Donald, the problem is the pacing. I agree that the voice actors add a lot to the anime, but every episode is so dragged out.
Wano Kuni arc is the worst of all time and belongs to the C tier, as it offers no difference in the manga version.
How can it be both the worst and a C tier?
Ranking Wano Kuni arc in C tier is too low, due to the arc's positive aspects such as superb Act 1, incredible Odin flashback, and increased focus on Zoro.
Oda only revealed Zoro's parents in an SBS, and the Grim Reaper plotline went nowhere, making it the worst arc ever. Hence, an obvious D tier.
I agree, after building up so much focus on Zoro. Oda really dropped the ball there, but overall, Wano Kuni is still a phenomenal arc, and you know it.
Phenomenal crap.
Donald, what about Gear 5th? Surely you can't deny how amazing that was?
Yeah, Gear 5th was great, but there's a kernel of sweet corn in every big, beautiful dump.
Weird analogy, but okay.
I found Gear 5th to be too silly. Louis' serious fights were much more enjoyable.
Are you serious? Gear 5th was the only redeeming part of this entire arc, and you didn't like it.
I had expected the arc's climax to be more intense, since it involves Luffy's ultimate victory over an Emperor of the Sea.
Yonko.
What?
It's Yonko.
What the hell is a Yonko?
It means 4 emperors. Ibaka, learn Japanese.
In the official translation, it's 4 emperors.
In the official translation, it's Zolo Joe effing Zolo. For Christ's sake, how can you read that garbage?
Because it's the most accurate translation to convey the actual story.
Yeah, well, in the story, it's supposed to be Zoro and not Zolo.
Knock him up, please. We're supposed to be talking about Wano Kuni.
Worst arc of all time, obvious E tier.
Rocky's putting it even lower. Now he's obviously trolling.
Joe, someone disagreeing with your trash talks doesn't make them a troll. It makes them a perfectly well-balanced human being. I mean, for crap's sake, if people knew about your trash talks in 2020, then I wouldn't have lost the election.
Donald, can you elaborate on your opinion about Wano Kuni? I may not have been a big fan of it myself. I think it's important for you to explain specifically what you disliked about it.
It was too short.
What do you mean, too short? You just said it was too long.
It was too long until it was too short.
Donald, your point is as confusing as that filler arc where Louis fought a dugong.
That was a perfect dugong.
Joe, I agree with Donald's opinion that the ending of Wano Kuni felt rushed. The pacing felt off, especially after Gear 5th, and it seemed like Oda was more concerned with wrapping up the story quickly rather than providing a satisfying conclusion.
I think it was paced just fine.
You would, you dick rider. You probably have an annual pass to Oda's house just to ride his dick every day.
You and I both know he's too busy to be giving dick rides, Donald.
Wrong. His dick doesn't draw the manga, Joe.
How do you know that, Donald? Maybe that's how he gets so much done every day.
Knock him up, please. We need to refocus now. For me, the most unsatisfying aspect of Wano Kuni was that Yamato didn't become a member of the crew.
Yamato was never going to join the crew. You were delusional, if you believe that.
Wrong. Ota clearly set Yamato up as a crew member.
Then why isn't Yamato on the crew right now, Joe?
It's possible that Ota has future plans for Yamato that we're not aware of yet. You idiot.
Dick Rider.
Illiterate.
For me, the biggest letdown was that Kaya didn't become a member of the crew.
Oh my God, Barack, you can't be serious.
Oda had been building Carrot up since Whole Cake Island. She was the obvious choice and would have made an S-tier lookout.
Only if the S stands for shit character.
I agree with Donald that Carrot had potential to join the crew. However, in Wano Kuni, Oda sidelined her and made it clear that she would not become a member of the crew, even more so than with Absalom.
I disagree. I think Oda could have made it work.
Spoken like a true furry.
That means nothing coming from someone who unironically loves Foxy. Your opinion means less to me than Lucia Kingdom did to Emu.
He's the best villain in the series, and you have yet to make a convincing argument otherwise. Foxy for Straw Hat.
What about the Odin flashback? Surely we can all agree that was amazing.
Oh yeah, peak fiction, one of the best written characters in all of One Piece, and it was wasted on a flashback.
One of the most memorable moments in the series for me was when they arrived at Laugh Tale, and I consider it one of the greatest moments in One Piece.
You know what would have made Wano a decent arc?
Here we go again.
Wano would be decent if the raid failed.
Baraki's doing it again.
The raid should have failed. It was the only possible way to create a sense of narrative tension at that point.
Donald, the only way the raid would have failed is if it was one of your business.
F you too, Joe.
Donald, we've been over this on our weekly One Piece podcast. What purpose would the raid failing serve?
It would add stakes to the narrative, delicious, juicy, tension-filled narrative stakes.
and taking another 2 years to publish a whole second raid.
I don't mind waiting for peak.
You just complained that Wano Kuni was too long already.
Is your senile mind completely incapable of comprehending the nuances of storytelling? It was too long in some places and too short in other places.
You're just upset that your headcanon didn't come true.
No, I'm upset because Oda fell off.
Knock him up, please. It's clear that Oda hasn't lost his touch, as Egghead Island is shaping up to be a great arc so far.
Oh yeah, peak fiction is undoubtedly one of the best written scenarios in One Piece, but unfortunately the identity of the traitor is painfully easy to predict.
The unexpected alliance between Luffy and Rob Lucci was perfect for the moment, and the mystery aspect is a refreshing addition to the series.
Good, you see no one has fallen off. Ota may have just had a bit of a stumble during the finale of Wano Kuni.
Worst arc.
You're the worst arc.
Wrong. I accomplished more in my 4 years of presidency than Ota did with his 4 years of Wano.
Are you seriously saying that Wano Kuni was worse than Syrup Village? The arc that turns the most people off the entire series?
I acknowledge that Usopp's design may not be everyone's cup of tea and that Kuro's plan was rather foolish. Syrup Village still represents the peak of Oda's storytelling before he became bogged down in overly complex and prolonged storylines.
Donald, it takes time to tell a good story. We needed that time to properly explore the vassals.
The vassals, oh please, Kiku didn't even visit Izo's grave. Oda barely gave them any development, and their fight against Kaido was a colossal disappointment.
I really enjoyed Raizo's fight.
Oh please, that waste of time. All they did was stand there doing nothing for 30 chapters.
It was a reference to the will of Kazuki Oden, you dumbass. He stood there boiling in the pot for his vassals, and Rizo standing in the flames was his own personal trial. You clearly understand nothing about narrative and character depth.
It's a fight that grows on you in retrospect, although I agree it may seem a bit underwhelming compared to the worst generation versus the Emperors.
Oh yeah, peak fiction, one of the best fights in all of One Piece, except it's a shame they ruined it by having Luffy fight Kaido one-on-one.
That fight was the combination of everything we as fans had been waiting for during the past 10 years.
Wait, Sleepy Joe, who's your favorite member of the worst generation? Don't tell me it's Trafalgar Law.
It's obviously Trafalgar Law. He has the coolest design, the most op-devil fruit, and deserves his own spin-off series after One Piece is over.
I couldn't think of a more mid-opinion.
Well, who's your favorite member? Donald.
Eustace Captain Kidd.
You mean useless Captain Mid?
You take that back.
Oh, please, Law practically carried Kid during the entire Big Mom fight, making it one of the most disappointing things I've seen from Kid. But with his upcoming fight against Shanks, he may surpass that disappointment.
Kid low diff, Shanks?
You're delusional, just like all Kid fans.
I wasn't delusional when I slept with your mother last night.
Yes, you were. My mother's dead, dumbass.
Knock 'em up, please. Let's focus. We need to rank the Wano Kuni arc. Although it's not flawless, it's an impressive work of storytelling and manga. I suggest we place it in the B tier and evaluate its value over time.